Some states are losing people fast, and no, it's not because everyone suddenly decided to try something new. High costs, low opportunity, bad weather, and declining quality of life are pushing people out. Today, we're counting down the top 10 worst states to live in the USA in 2026. And if you live in one of these, you might want to hear this. Before the comments explode, let's be clear. Every state has good people and nice places. This list isn't about pride. It's about cost of living, crime, jobs, weather, and overall quality of life. Some states just struggle more than others. All right, let's get into it. Number 10, New Mexico. New Mexico kicks off our list at number 10. On paper, it sounds appealing. Open land, beautiful deserts, and rich culture. But living here is a different story. Job opportunities are limited, wages are low, and poverty remains stubbornly high. Many residents rely heavily on government jobs, which isn't exactly a recipe for a booming economy. Crime is a major concern, especially in cities like Albuquerque. Property crime rates are among the highest in the country, and violent crime isn't far behind. Cost of living may look affordable at first glance, but low wages cancel that advantage pretty quickly. Weather? Hot summers, cold winters, and not much rain. Quality of life depends heavily on where you live and how much you earn. For many residents, New Mexico feels like a place full of potential that never quite arrives. Number 9, Louisiana. Louisiana is number 9. The food is legendary. The culture is unique, but once you get past that, reality hits hard. Louisiana struggles with low wages, poor infrastructure, and some of the highest crime rates in the nation. Jobs outside of oil, gas, and tourism are limited. The education system consistently ranks near the bottom, which affects long-term opportunities. Add frequent hurricanes, flooding, and extreme humidity, and daily life becomes a challenge. Cost of living is relatively low, but insurance costs, especially for homes, are rising fast. Quality of life suffers when crime, poverty, and environmental risks collide. Louisiana is fun to visit, but for many people, it's tough to stay. Number 8, Arkansas. Coming in at number 8 is Arkansas. Arkansas is affordable, no doubt about that. Housing costs are low, and traffic isn't bad, but affordability alone doesn't make a great place to live. Job growth is slow, and high-paying careers are hard to find outside a few cities. Healthcare access is limited in rural areas, and education outcomes lag behind national averages. Crime varies by location, but some cities struggle more than people expect. Summers are hot and humid, winters can be unpredictable, and tornadoes are a real concern. Quality of life depends heavily on your job situation. If you're not already financially secure, Arkansas doesn't offer many paths upward. Number 7, Mississippi. Mississippi lands at number 7, and this one shouldn't surprise anyone. It's one of the cheapest states to live in, but there's a reason for that. Wages are extremely low, job options are limited, and poverty rates remain high. Healthcare access is among the worst in the country. Education outcomes struggle, which affects future opportunity. Crime, particularly violent crime, is a major issue in several cities. The weather doesn't help either. Hot, humid summers, frequent storms, and flooding make living conditions uncomfortable for much of the year. Mississippi may be affordable, but affordability doesn't mean opportunity. Number 6, Alaska. At number 6, we have Alaska. Alaska is stunning, no argument there, but living here is expensive, isolated, and difficult. Cost of living is extremely high, especially for groceries, utilities, and transportation. Job opportunities are limited and heavily tied to government, oil, or seasonal work. Winters are long, dark, and brutally cold. That alone takes a mental toll on many residents. Crime rates, especially violent crime, are surprisingly high in certain areas. Quality of life depends on whether you love isolation and extreme weather. For most people, Alaska is better as a destination than a permanent address. Number 5, California. Halfway through the list, number 5 is California. Yes, California has great weather, natural beauty, and massive job markets, but in 2026, the negatives are impossible to ignore. The cost of living is crushing. Housing prices and rent are among the highest in the country, even in areas that used to be affordable. Crime, especially property crime, is a growing concern in many cities. Traffic is a daily nightmare, and quality of life has declined for middle-income residents. High-paying jobs exist, but competition is fierce, and many people simply can't keep up anymore. California still offers opportunity, but only if you can afford the price of entry. Number 4. New York. Number 4 is New York. Outside of New York City, many parts of the state are shrinking and struggling. Inside the city, the cost of living is extreme. Rent, taxes, and daily expenses eat up paychecks fast. Jobs exist, but stress levels are high, and work-life balance is low. Crime has become a growing concern again, especially in urban areas. Winters are cold and long, infrastructure feels outdated, and quality of life depends heavily on income. New York offers excitement and opportunity, but it demands everything in return. Number 3. Illinois. Number 3 is Illinois. Illinois faces serious long-term problems. High taxes, declining population, and financial instability drive people away every year. Chicago offers jobs, but it also struggles with crime and high living costs. Outside major cities, job opportunities drop sharply. Infrastructure issues, budget problems, and rising costs make daily life harder. Weather doesn't help either. Cold winters, hot summers, and unpredictable conditions make Illinois uncomfortable for much of the year. Quality of life continues to decline as more residents choose to leave. Number 2. West Virginia. At number 2, we have West Virginia. West Virginia struggles with one major issue: lack of opportunity. Job growth is weak, wages are low, and young people leave as soon as they can. Healthcare access is limited, especially in rural areas. Infrastructure is outdated, and economic development moves slowly. Crime isn't the worst nationally, but poverty-related issues affect daily life. The scenery is beautiful, but beauty doesn't pay the bills. Quality of life suffers when jobs, healthcare, and growth are hard to find. And finally, the worst state to live in the USA in 2026, Hawaii. Yes, it's paradise, until you check your bank account. Hawaii has the highest cost of living in the country. Housing prices are extreme, groceries are expensive, and utilities cost a fortune. Wages do not keep up with expenses, forcing many residents to work multiple jobs or leave entirely. Job options are limited outside tourism and government work. Crime is rising in certain areas, and island isolation makes everything harder, from healthcare access to travel. The weather is great, but great weather doesn't fix financial stress. Hawaii is an amazing place to visit, but for many residents, it's simply unaffordable to stay. So, there you have it, the top 10 worst states to live in the USA in 2026. Do you agree with this list, or does your state deserve a higher or lower spot? If you enjoy honest breakdowns like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. New videos coming soon, and trust me, some states didn't escape the next list either.